In this video, I'm going to talk about how realistic it is for you to expect to make $10,000 a month in high ticket sales or any money at all. Everyone online is telling you that you can make a lot of money doing this in high ticket sales, but is it realistic for you to expect to make good money or make above 10K a month? That's what we're going to talk about. First, for you to make 10K a month in high ticket sales, the most important thing is going to be you landing with a good business that has a couple of things. One is a good high ticket product that costs at least $3,000 and a consistent booked calendar of sales calls. So you've got consistent warm inbound lead flow basically. There's some other things that go into this, like the business owner having a solid personal brand or spending a lot on paid ads that are dialed in. But if you are selling something expensive and your calendar is booked with sales calls every day, you'd have to be a complete idiot to not make 10K a month. That is the general answer that you can take to the bank, that you can count on to be reality and not just bullshit someone told you on YouTube. And if I know how much the product costs, how many calls you're scheduled to take a day, and then I factor in a very conservative closing percentage like 30%, which is super realistic, you can figure out exactly how much you're going to make in a role. And when people in my program go on these interviews, I have them ask specific questions so that I can get the numbers of the business that they're interviewing with. Specific questions that are going to basically tell me how much you're going to make in that role. And those questions could be, how much does your product cost? How much money do you make every month? What did you do in revenue last month? What did you do in revenue in the last 90 days? How many closers do you have on the team? What is the top closer on your team making? What is the bottom closer on your team making? How many calls am I going to, or can I expect to take a day? How many days a month will I be working? What is the typical show rate of your scheduled calls? Meaning how many people no-show typically? What is the commission percentage? Typically across the board, it's going to be 10% minimum in high ticket sales, but you still want to ask. That's just some of it. If I get the answer to these questions, I can tell you exactly how much you're going to be making. So yeah, it's totally realistic and doable. And last time I checked, math was pretty reliable. Are you, the guy that's complaining and commenting, reliable? Probably not. That's why you ended up an unsuccessful loser who's angry on the internet commenting on social media. Now, online businesses sell products that cost thousands of dollars. So those could be coaching programs, marketing services, internet courses, software, mentorships, masterminds, etc. And since these products are expensive, they pay the salespeople high commissions, and the business also makes a ton of consistent sales because of internet and social media traffic. So you can make 10K a month and more. That is the punchline. But if the business doesn't have the factors I mentioned before, you might get into a role, find out that the business sucks and doesn't make any money, and then you don't make anywhere close to that, or you don't make shit. And this is typically when people start saying, oh, well, I did high ticket sales. I didn't make any money. Most people don't make 10K a month. All this is bullshit, and they're just basing this off of claims or they're making these claims based off of one bad experience that they had. Or they didn't even try and they just read some fucking Reddit post or something, or they're just angry or something. And what people will do when they have one of these bad experiences is they attribute that to the entire industry. Like, oh, all of high ticket sales is like this because of my singular experience, because the world revolves around me, even though I'm a dumbass and I didn't even try that hard. So it's very important when you are interviewing that you just vet the business, you ask them very targeted questions like the ones I listed before, and you just make sure that they have consistent calls scheduled and that they're making money. You really just want to look at the numbers when you're thinking about accepting a role. So you would ask, like I mentioned before, how much revenue did your business do in the last 90 days? What is the commission structure for your salespeople? If they're like, whoa, what's a commission structure? That's probably a red flag and you should eject. Then you could also look at, okay, the product that they sell is the fulfillment good, meaning do they deliver on the product and get people good results? Because if they do get good results for the people that are buying their product, more and more people are going to buy that product, and it's like a snowball, and you're just going to make more and more money as a salesperson. Everything when it comes to how much money you're going to make as a high ticket salesperson is downstream from the business owner and how good he is at business and these numbers. That is how this works. And from my experience, I'll tell you the ultimate deciding factor on how realistic it is for you to make 10K a month or more. From experience, I really believe that anyone can do this and make that amount if they're just a normal person with a brain. You don't need to be super smart. You don't need elite sales skills. You just need to not be an idiot. But most people are idiots, right? So that's kind of the punchline. But if you're not an idiot and you're just one of these people who has a brain, you just need to get on with a good business, and then you need to try hard and work and take it seriously. And that might sound stupid, but lots of times people get on with a good business and then they don't take it seriously, and then they drop out and they end up on Reddit. You know what I'm saying? So this is how it plays out in reality. If you're a normal person with a brain, land the good opportunity and just take it seriously and work hard. Make that your main priority. That's it. And it will happen, basically, because most people are not doing that. That's the secret. And this is all that I do. So I can tell you from experience with tons of people that this is the case. And this is why the most important part of your success in high ticket sales, or in anything really, but what is going to determine whether you make six figures well into that or not, is going to be getting the good role. Nothing else. That's 90% of it. The rest of it's going to be your effort and work ethic. There are many, many people doing this and making a lot of money, more salespeople than you could count, but you need to make sure that you land that good job, and you need to do your part, show up, take it seriously, and work. Which again sounds stupid, but most people don't do this. They half-ass everything. They do the bare minimum with everything that they do, and that's why they get average results in everything that they do. Their priorities are fucking sports teams and Netflix and what are we doing this weekend, bro? And it's like the money and the role is their 8th priority. No shit, you're fucking not doing very well at it. But you try to tell people this and they're like, oh, you need balance, bro. That's not healthy. Okay, then you're gonna be fucking poor. Get off my fucking channel. Okay? So you just need to make sure that you find a good job, do your part, take it seriously, and work, which most people do not do. They half-ass their whole life, and then they half-ass this too and wonder why they don't make 10K. I have worked with hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands at this point, like I've had conversations with that were significant in the high ticket space, and definitely seen the experience of thousands of people in internet business. And I'm telling you that most people fail because they don't do the work. They don't make this the priority. They do the bare minimum. That is most humans on earth. It is that simple. Most people don't try very hard at all. They're lazy and their brains have been destroyed from scrolling. And here's some proof that might hit home. What did you do today? What actions did you do today? And work did you do today to move closer to your goals? You probably did nothing. You just scrolled or did nothing, right? You're just scrolling now. You're just on YouTube now. You're just reading comment sections all day, which is why your brain is fucked up. And then you have all these excuses, like I'm saying this now, and your brain is instantly creating the cope. You have all these excuses about why you haven't started personally, and you think they are legitimate, but they aren't. Because everyone has those. They're all bullshit. You just have to start. You just have to do the work that you don't want to do. When it comes to any make money online thing, they all work. So you could go do an agency, you could go do e-com, you could do high ticket sales, affiliate marketing, whatever, bro. They all work. All of these things work, but the factor of you is always there. So to summarize, focus all your attention on finding the good job with the good business that's making money. That should be your singular focus. And then when you get that job, just go all in, work hard. I just gave you the secret blueprint to making a lot of money as a high ticket salesperson. That is it. If you do that, you will make 10K a month before you know it, and then you'll be making even more. And lastly, good salespeople are always in demand. So if you're even just decent at sales and you are reliable, most people are not reliable, and you work hard, most people don't work hard, there are thousands and thousands of successful high ticket businesses, and they all want to hire salespeople that are reliable and work hard. Those qualities will never go out of style. So if that's you, you can definitely make 10K a month with some work, and then way more than that sooner than you think. That's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer role or a setter role, go to the links in the description. Until next time.